Hey YouTube, Goddess Lily. I have another closure to show you today. And this closure is a 3 by 3 inch closure, custom closure. And the hair is this beautiful Arjuni wavy hair. Now I have to say this is my least favorite hair to ventilate with. It's because I'm always having problems with it. And of course, the most obvious problem is always the poofiness that's caused by the waves. So that means that I have to get in here and I have to cut the returns. And of course, you know, there's thousands of returns, so you're not going to get all the returns cut. And so you're just gonna always have that little poofiness, but it turned out very beautifully. So this is what it looks like. This is the inside. The knots are bleached. So kind of get up. See if I can give you a clear picture of the hairline. It is free parting. Put it on my hand so you can kind of it's so small. You can get up in there and kind of see that the knots are bleached. So while I have your attention, I want to talk to you a little bit about caring for your lace fronts. I'm not sure if I ever took time and basically explain to you how delicate a lace front is and how easy it is for them to shed. Lace fronts typically only shed when they're wet. So normally if you have a lace front wig or a lace front unit, you want to be extremely careful when you're combing it wet. If you can help it, don't comb it at all. If you can wash it and basically just finger it through while you're washing it, rinse it totally, kind of let the water rinse through. Take a towel and sponge dry the water out, lay it down and let it dry. Your unit will last a long time. That's how I do my wig. I know a lot of my earlier videos, like from last year when I first started making my lace fronts for my wig, I was washing and roller setting, and then they would shed and I would just get so upset that I stopped roller setting. So now when I wash my wig, I have it on my, you know, my styrofoam, and I just wash it, I condition it, I set it with infusion, meaning I drench it with infusion, and I kind of just finger it down myself and I damp all the water out and I just totally let it dry. I don't even roller set it anymore, and I really don't like this look because I have to curl it with the curling iron and the curls don't hold, and you know, I like the wavy roller set look, and I can't do it anymore with my lace fronts because, you know, it's a lot of combing while it's wet, and then I look in the inside and I have a lot of loose hairs and I have to trim them, and then it's hurtful to me to see all my expensive hair coming out. So if you can avoid combing your lace fronts when they're wet, they would last an awful long time. And another thing, you'll notice that the lace is kind of stiff. It's because I seal it. I seal it with 2 coats of Easy Tab. And because I know that you're not gluing these down because of the foundation. You know, African Americans, you know, let's face it, we have thick, bushy hair and we don't want to deal with it, especially, you know, in the cold weather, in the rain and stuff. So it's braided up. So we're sewing ours down. I know you guys are sewing it down and you're probably, you know, maybe gluing it across the front. And even if you are gluing it across the front and sewing it down and leaving it on for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, don't wash it with it on. Take your, take it off and wash it separate. And that way it will last an awful long time. I can't really guarantee the life of a lace front. I really can't. I'm going to say 6 months tops. And I mean, if you really take time and seal it, with the Easy Tab or Not My Problem or whatever you use, seal it, spray it before you wash it, and then spray it again after you wash it, and then spray it 2 or 3 more times after that before you put it on. It'll last a long time, but shedding's going to happen. That's just the name of the game. And so you just have to go with the flow. So this Arjuni hair, I can't get all of the return, so you're going to have a little poofing up here, but I'm able to kind of part it and kind of basically show you what it'll look like on your head. It's not that poofy, but it does get kind of stiff. You're going to get that stiffness, because of the cuticles flowing in opposite directions, so it kind of causes a little tangle there. But you can put some holding spray or gel to keep it stiff, and that'll work. But let me kind of show you what I mean by the cuticles. So you have all this pretty wavy hair, so I cut it off the weft. I have to turn it over. So once I turn it over, we have cuticles flowing down and we have cuticles flowing up. So they're rubbing together. And what actually rubs is, if you look at a strand of hair under a microscope, the hair has all these little spikes coming out of it. So when you smooth the hair down, you don't feel any spikes because the cuticles are going all in the same direction. Now for a wig maker or someone that is extremely knowledgeable about cuticles in the hair, if I turn the hair upside down and I go like this, I can actually feel the spikes. Probably because I'm trained to do it. I mean, I've been doing it so long that I can actually take one strand of hair and I can feel that the cuticles, or I'm pushing down against the cuticles, so I'm making them spring out. So that's what happens. That's why the hair tangles. And basically, when you get hair, if you notice that the Arjuni hair has no returns on the weft. You don't see any returns on the weft. They cut this hair so fine. They trim. Well, okay, look at that little bit. This is the return. So when you buy any other hair, Malaysian hair or Indian hair, they don't take time and cut the returns like this. So for Arjuni hair, they take time and they trim these returns. So that's why you're not getting any tangling, because you don't really have that cuticle going, flowing down. So in your lace fronts, I'm trying to cut the returns too, but of course I can't cut all the returns, so you're going to get some bunching, like it's doing now, and some tangling. So, just be very gentle with it when you're combing it out. And especially extremely gentle with it when you're washing it. And make sure you seal. You pile up the sealer, so keep it stiff to keep the hair from loosening up, because the hair basically only sheds when it's wet. So if you can avoid pulling it and combing it and yanking it down how we, comb it when it's wet, you can't do that for the lace fronts. And I'm working with a full lace frontal, so I'm really, not wanting to see my Indian hair fall down the drain. So I'm really babying it when it's wet. But okay, so that's it. If you have any questions, comments, be sure to, inbox me or write your comments below. I'll be sure and answer them. And once again, thank you for watching.